welcome to the 5th episode of I. As you can see, I'm always finding new and exciting places to film. Anyway, if you don't know the scoops, the facts, and the tea on this series, this is my series I, like I just said, where I document my emotional and spiritual journey as a singer and a songwriter. I go by Samaya Supremacy, and I am a spiritual esoteric diva slash princess slash mermaid slash fairy. I'm debating as to whether or not I should keep that in the intro, but I'll just leave it for now. Anyway, roll the intro.
It's I created my world.
Before I get into the episode, you guys already know that I gotta show off my outfit, so roll to that, go to that. Okay, alright, so right now this episode is a little different because I am outside and I'm gonna be eating sushi. Me and the sushi guy at my Whole Foods are on a first name basis, so you know, maybe I have a little bit of a problem. So I'm still structuring the show, but the first thing I want to cover is how I'm doing emotionally. Last week I said I was still dealing with the spirit of procrastination, right? And I very much so still am. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think I'm struggling with procrastination as much. It's more so like the whole self-doubt thing, and it manifests itself as procrastination. But I had a session with my therapist, and she was telling me, like, why do you feel so hesitant when it comes to this whole singing thing? It's like, do you feel that you're a bad singer? Like, who told you you couldn't sing? Like, and I'm like, nobody told me I couldn't sing. I just feel like I'm not the best singer, but I can write. But she said, I don't know, I should have written notes, but you know, I never do. That's like very on brand for me. But I'm looking for something to open up my soda with because I have, you know, nails. Let me get my keys. Anyway, she said, essentially, right, to help me through the whole self-doubt thing, she said to focus on what I do know for a fact instead of what I don't know, and that will help me build confidence. So what I do know for a fact is that this whole series that I'm doing, it's going to be fruitful for me. It's fruitful for me right now in the sense that I can keep track of what I'm doing and what I got going on, but I have to I'm just looking around because, you know, I gotta stay vigilant of my surroundings, girl. This series is helpful in the sense that it allows me to keep track of my progress in real time. So it's already fruitful in that sense. And I know that this whole path that I'm embarking on will be successful for me. It's just that I'm a little bit nervous about that, you know? So that's where I am emotionally. So in terms of how I'm doing spiritually, I think the emotional and spiritual stuff are very much so intertwined. Like psychology and spirituality are intertwined. But spiritually, I'm in a space of just holding space for my old self and the patterns that I've been working through. Holding space for forgiving myself for certain mistakes that I've made. Realizing that not every mistake I make is the end of the world. Just being more compassionate to myself. And then when it comes to remaining on track, I have realized that perfection is killing my progress. And rather than like aiming for me to have this like perfect day where I'm super duper productive and everything goes smooth, I should focus on bringing awareness on, like, when I'm aware that I'm off track, maybe like doom scrolling or whatever, I bring awareness to the fact that I am off track and then get myself back on track. This episode is gonna be a little off because it's mad windy and I didn't prepare it, I didn't script, but maybe I shouldn't script. Maybe this is just like, maybe I shouldn't script these. Maybe I should just continue to leave these unscripted. IDK. But I gotta open up my soy sauce. I have to stay looking around because, you know, even though a girl's gotta be, you know, a girl has to be aware of her environment. It's just common sense. And now it's sunrise, so it's getting super duper pretty. But yeah, you know, perfection kills progress. And just in the realm of spirituality too, I feel that when they say the feminine principle submits to the masculine principle, the masculine principle is like action and doing things and getting things done. And the feminine principle is the sort of like nurturing side of that, of like self-care and preparing and nurturing whatever it is you want to bring forth. So I'm in a space of like nurturing myself as I prepare to embark on this journey. I feel like right now I'm in the dark in the sense that not everybody knows me yet. My success has not actualized itself in the 3D world, and it's just me as the seed, underground artist, with me as my #1 supporter, you know, growing, getting, I guess gathering the courage and the nutrients and the strength to come forward. So that's where I'm at. And I think of myself as like a flame, a small and private flame, but that flame is growing and growing and growing, and what is done in the dark will come to light. So I'm holding space for the fact that it's gonna take time. I can't be too hard on myself. I have to focus on, instead of perfection, progress. So right now I'm doing something called micro shifting, which is like when you're off track with your routine or whatever, instead of being like, oh my god, I've fucked up, I've ruined the pot, I've made a huge blunder, right? You bring awareness to when you're off track, and then you shift yourself on track. So that's where I'm at. Not perfection, but progress. Not perfection, but being consciously aware of what is going on. You know? And also being okay with being my only supporter. I'm not my only supporter, I've supported family, but being okay with the fact that I'm my biggest supporter and my success has not yet materialized. But just being in a space where I'm nurturing myself and I'm giving myself the tools so that when I burst forth, I am ready. And it's a process. You gotta have patience. I'm not gonna hold you. That literally covers everything. Except how I'm doing physically. And physically I'm doing well. Don't I look good as fuck? Okay then, I'm doing good. So, you know, that pretty much covers everything. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, or else there's gonna be hell to pay. You know? I would get up and turn the camera off, but the camera is really far away. You know what I'm saying? And I got sushi in my lap. It's inconvenient. So y'all can just go. And then I'll kind of finish eating. And my dad wants to make cinnamon rolls. So I gotta go pick up the ingredients. I have an involved father in my life. So I gotta go spend time with him. Thank you. You know, I'm very thankful for that. I think I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my meal. Y'all can go.